July, a Bowling Green native was crowned Miss Kentucky, and now in January, she'll be competing for the title of Miss America.
She is the newly crowned Miss Kentucky.
Was crowned Miss Kentucky 2023.
Well, today I have Miss Kentucky.
There she is, Miss Kentucky, Mallory Hudson.
My name is Mallory Hudson. I'm 22 years old, and I'm Miss Kentucky 2023. I'm originally from Bowling Green, Kentucky, and I actually was never involved in pageants or competitions of any kind growing up. I grew up in a very sports-oriented family. We love our sports. We love our Kentucky basketball. I have very fond memories cheering on the Cats with my family. And I also grew up doing musical theater, and that is kind of the one segue where I reflect on my childhood and can kind of see the path from being a part of theater to essentially being a part of the pageant world one day. So I can definitely see a lot of similarities between those two worlds. One of my favorite roles to this day was my sophomore year production at South Warren High School, and I played Dolly Levi in Hello Dolly. Such a fun production, right? But actually, Hello Dolly inevitably inspired my service initiative, Inclusive Stages, which advocates for individuals with special learning needs and disabilities through theatrical and artistic opportunities. And on the Saturday night performance of Hello Dolly in 2018, a lot of members from Down Syndrome of Southern Kentucky's Buddy House came to the performance, and they came up to me after the show and were pantomiming a lot of moves and singing a lot of songs. And I told my mom, who's a speech language pathologist, on the way home from that performance, wouldn't it be so cool to offer acting classes at the Buddy House for these participants that have a diagnosis of Down syndrome? And I always say it's so cool that Inclusive Stages was born on that Saturday night performance of Hello Dolly, and little did I know that only a year, 2 years later, when I got involved with the Miss America organization, that I would be able to develop that into something that I'm now so passionate about and something that really is making a tangible difference in Kentucky. The essence of Inclusive Stages is that everyone can shine if they are simply given that opportunity to do so. So through Inclusive Stages, I've had the opportunity to teach acting classes to individuals with the diagnosis of Down syndrome. I've written a children's book by the same name, Inclusive Stages. I have a podcast, Inclusive Stages Behind the Curtain. And then one of my favorite initiatives through Inclusive Stages is kind of a recent initiative that I was able to launch in the past year. And those are our Inclusive Stages theatrical sensory kits, which make the theater more accessible for individuals with special learning needs and disabilities. And I have a goal to really distribute as many theatrical sensory kits as possible in my year as Miss Kentucky. And I really think that the arts are innately human and inherently inclusive. And I've said it so many times that babies sing as soon as they can talk. You know, they dance before they can walk. They draw before they can write their own name. You know, we are born with artistic expression flowing out of us, and it's just such a fantastic way to highlight all individuals of all ability levels. And you know, I think what I love most about Inclusive Stages is that it's a grassroots movement, and it was something that started, you know, right up here, and now I've been able to watch it progress and grow and affect so many people in Kentucky. And it's something that I hope to continue to do after my year as Miss Kentucky is over. And I think it's so cool when you're able to marry, you know, passions. I have this passion of theater and the arts, and was able to marry a passion of inclusion and giving everyone a table at the table a voice, and seeing kind of the product of those two things has been so impactful and so special. I never got involved with Miss Kentucky until I was a senior in high school, and originally a local preliminary director reached out to me and asked if I ever would want to be involved with Miss Kentucky, and I was like, absolutely not. So I always say that I kind of serendipitously fell into this world, and I'm so glad that I eventually took that adventure and took that leap of faith that has opened so many wonderful opportunities and doors for me. But I think the scholarship was the selling point for me. I competed for 3 years. I won Miss Kentucky on my third try, and in those 3 years, I've earned $29,000 $100,000 to further my education. And so that's made such a big impact in my life in so many ways, and like this organization has too. I graduated from South Warren High School in 2020, and my time as a Kentucky Governor Scholar really guided my decision to attend the University of Kentucky, where I'm now a senior student studying communications. Looking back, I think there are so many moments that I wish I could go back and relive. The first thing that comes to mind is dancing at Dance Blue my sophomore year of college. What a wonderful experience. I mean, we walked out of there and our knees and ankles were swollen, but I think our faces were too, from crying so much about what an impactful experience that had been. And I think it's so wonderful that special experience, that special 24 hours takes place right here on the University of Kentucky's campus. I joined Alpha Delta Pi sorority, the Beta Psi chapter at UK here in the fall of 2020, and I say always that experience is probably my #1 takeaway from my time at UK. I just really felt so supported by those women through all stages of my collegiate experience, and especially this year, even being an inactive member since I'm not on campus anymore, I have felt the love and felt the support from those women. And it goes back to that piece of advice that my mom gave me, you are who you surround yourself with. And I knew that when I made that decision to join AD Pi that I was going to consistently be pushed to be a better version of me. And when I walked across that graduation stage, I'd be a better woman because of AD Pi. I'm so excited to graduate in May, and I really feel as though my experience as a Wildcat has prepared me for my next steps to inevitably attending law school to hopefully be a disability rights attorney due to the work that I've done with my community service initiative, Inclusive Stages. I definitely feel as though growing up, one of my biggest struggles was comparing myself to other people, and I feel like a lot of people can relate to that phenomenon, and many would think that being a part of the pageant world or being a part of the Miss America organization or even the Miss Kentucky organization would promote comparison against women rather than the empowerment of women, and I really think that that's the opposite case. I really have learned through my time competing that the accomplishments of one woman should be the inspiration of another, and it shouldn't ever feel as though we are comparing ourselves and competing against one another to be the best at anything. We really are all celebrating the wonderful gifts that we're able to bring to the table, and that was really something that I challenged myself to work on as I prepared to compete at Miss Kentucky and prepared to compete at Miss America, as well as really leaning into what I offered rather than looking at what everyone else offered. I wanted to celebrate what other people offered, but not feel as though that was a struggle for me to compete against that or to compare myself to that. As far as a 9 to 5 kind of Monday through Sunday as a Miss Kentucky job, there really is no day that looks the same, and that's one of the things that I love about this job, being able to see so many different parts of Kentucky, so many different counties. And as a Kentuckian of 22 years, I thought I had seen all of Kentucky, but I certainly had not, and it's been so much fun to connect with so many Kentuckians and see so many different parts of the state, and that's been such a wonderful gift to get to experience the past 7 months. And then I like to say the most important part of Miss Kentucky's job is being a role model and a friend and a cheerleader to all 4.5 million Kentuckians. Actually, the other day, a student at a school that I was speaking at asked me, well, what's the #1 thing that Miss Kentucky has to do? And I answered that Miss Kentucky has to be that friend, role model, and cheerleader to ages 4 to 94. Being able to connect with people is so important, and I think that's my favorite part of this job, is being able to hear people's stories and meet people along the way, so many special people along the way, and that's really going to be the #1 thing I think I'll miss, is just being able to travel, 6-7 days a week and getting to meet so many wonderful people. But I hope that will continue into the future. When I'm explaining kind of the Miss America organization and the Miss Kentucky organization to students, I say it's really like a big job application. The judges panel is really looking for a holistic approach to choose a young woman who is ready for the job of Miss Kentucky or Miss America at that point in time. And Miss Kentucky is a full-time position. Usually I'm on the road 6 or 7 days a week in all corners of the state, getting to advocate for inclusive stages and inclusivity, or of course for Kentucky agriculture. What a lot of people don't know about my job as Miss Kentucky is that I have a full-time position working for KDA as Kentucky Proud's official spokesperson for a full year. So of course a big part of that is popping in and out of schools and talking to Kentucky's kiddos about the importance of agriculture and our agricultural heritage and our agricultural future as well. And I was really excited about this opportunity because my grandfather is a proud owner of a 256-acre farm in Edmonson County, Kentucky. And so I always say some of my earliest memories are jumping hay bales and watching. At one time there were over 100 Angus cattle roam their fields. And so although I personally didn't grow up on a farm, I definitely had a little bit of an agricultural background, but it's been so fun to learn from so many different individuals at KDA this year and soak in all that agricultural knowledge and hopefully impart it upon Kentucky's youth. I was in Orlando, Florida, competing for the job of Miss America from January 5th to January 15th of 2024. So it's certainly a marathon, not a sprint, 10 days of being there. But in the Miss America program, there are 5 different areas of competition. There's a private interview, which is a 10-minute conversation one-on-one with you and the judges panel. There's an onstage question, which in my experience has usually centered itself around community service work or current events and hot topics. There's a fitness portion of the competition, and Miss America has recently partnered with the American Heart Association, which is actually a cause that's very special to me. My uncle suffered a widowmaker heart attack a couple years ago, which only has a 12% survival rate, and I really do credit his survival to the billions of dollars of research that AHA has pumped into cardiovascular health. And so that was really a step that I really applaud the Miss America program for taking. And then of course we have an evening gown competition, which is an opportunity for you to showcase your style to the judges panel and the audience. And then finally there's a talent portion of the competition. I'm a vocalist, so for the state competition when I won Miss Kentucky, I sang "I Put a Spell on You," which was a pretty fun jazzy rendition of that song, which was really fun. And then at Miss America, I sang a song called "I Who Have Nothing," and there's a version that Cynthia Erivo sang at the Kennedy Center a couple of years ago. And I was surfing YouTube. I was like, am I going to change my talent for Miss America? Am I not going to change my talent? And then I heard her perform that song, and I was like, I'm not Cynthia Erivo by any stretch, but that might be a fun one to perform. I wore a bright yellow dress that I was able to design with Miss Priss Gowns here in Lexington. They're a wonderful sponsor of the Miss Kentucky organization. And so in July, actually, a couple weeks after I won, I was able to go to Miss Priss and design that dress. And so it was so funny because I was like, it's July, Miss America, it's probably going to be at the first of the year. We're already designing the dress. But it was just a fantastic process. And I think one of the first times I was like, wait, I'm Miss Kentucky? What do you mean? I'm designing my Miss America dress? But my mom was actually able to come with me and be a part of that process. And I told her on the way from Bowling Green to Lexington, I had been home for a period of time. I was like, don't let me do anything safe. Going into this process, I wanted to take those creative risks in wardrobe, and you only go to Miss America once, right? And so I kind of wanted to do something unique and something out of the box. So I ended up choosing a yellow gown, a bright yellow gown. It's beaded, had a cape. It was so fun. I loved it. I just felt so confident and wanted to choose something that I felt confident in representing our state. Connect with so many kind and ambitious and intelligent women from all across the country is definitely my main takeaway from Miss America. I mean, I learned so much. I got to connect with so many wonderful people, and being able to represent Kentucky in that capacity is just something that I'll hold near and dear to my heart for years and years to come. But as far as nerves go, I really felt oddly at peace the entire week. And I was telling, some of my close friends that I made at Miss America, we've already won, by being here. There are 51 girls that are competing, and only one woman is going to walk away as Miss America. And so I think it's up to us to soak in every moment, every second of this experience and understand, that we're representing the beloved people of our state in this process as well. And so it really was just such a surreal experience. I will never forget stepping onto the Miss America stage for the first time, but I think actually in the live stream of the finals, you can see me kind of get emotional for the first time, and it was after being called into the top 5, and the crowd's cheering for us. We're all kind of out on the runway of the stage, and I think you can see me take like a big deep breath in, and I think that was one of the first times that it had hit me, what was occurring, and just the sheer joy of being able to take Kentucky on this journey with me. I heard once that legacy isn't what you leave for people, it's what you leave in them. And I think that is such a unique and impactful take on legacy. And I really hope to be remembered as a Miss Kentucky that connected with as many Kentuckians as possible in my year and empowered through education and ultimately left a legacy of kindness. I hope that I'm able to look back on my life one day and realize that I made a difference and that I made the most of every moment that I was given and spread a lot of joy along the way.